Hey everyone, in this FC24 How to Change Formation Ultimate Team, I'm going to walk you through the process on how you can flick formation to a different one. So you can see here with my club, I'm currently on a 4-3-3-4 formation, and I'm going to show you all the different formations that you've got and also how you tweak them. So on the root menu of Ultimate Team, if you right button over until you're on club, so if you're over here on use RB or R1 over, and then select it with A or X on the PlayStation, RB is R1 on the PlayStation by the way. So we'll jump into here and then enter the squad again, so we hit A there. And to change formation, all you need to use is your squad actions on the left hand side. So that's the left stick button for me. If it's a different button for you, it should show just underneath your badge on the left hand side or just above where it says total chemistry. So for me, I press that left stick button, so that's the big button on top of the left stick. And then here we have formation, so we jump into here, select formation here. And then there are 32 different formations that you can use in FC24, pretty much like any previous version of the FIFA games from EA as well. So if we go all the way back to number 1, you see our formations are gradually changing here. Now, of course, what you would need to be thinking about is where your players can play and, what players you've got that would suit some of these different formations that we've got. So obviously a 4-3-3 would be quite different to a 3-1-4-2 that we've got here. So if you remember my 4-3-3, it had wingers at the front as well as a central striker. This formation that we've got here has got 3 centre-backs, a left midfielder, right midfielder. So my wingers aren't going to quite work here. And then I'm also going to need to create or put in 2 strikers as opposed to what we had before. So let's just change the formation to that, and it'll go, look, this is going to be applied to all unedited game plans. Are you sure? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to ruin my formation just for you. And you can see what happens here when everybody goes out of position. So in my formation, if we come out of here, so I hit back to come out of here, so I'll go B to cancel, that'd be circle on PlayStation. I can see some of my players are okay. The goalkeeper's okay. The centre-back is. This one is. This one is not. Wilms is not a centre-back, so that's why you have the exclamation mark down the bottom left. And that what that means is if you play them out of position, you will not get the chemistry bonus for them. So the more related players you have in a team, and I've got a dedicated tutorial on this, the more bonuses you'll get. So this centre-back here, Krieger, has got 2 down the bottom left of her badge. And if we right button on her and then come over to this area, the attributes details, all those pluses that you're seeing there are because we've got this chemistry perk. If we go over and have a little look at Wilms, you'll see no perks at all because the chemistry is broken because we're playing them out of position. Now, players can go to alternate positions sometimes. So if we left button over to the details here, this particular player can play either right back or right wing back, but no good for centre back. So if we wanted to stick with this formation, I would need to be looking for another centre back to chuck in there, such as Grabovol here. So we'll chuck them into the team here. Happy days. Now, as you're doing this, you may think I'm wrecking my current formation. Maybe I should create some sort of separate squad for this so I can play around. And indeed, that's exactly what I suggest you do. So to do that, on the left-hand side squad actions, choose this one here, squad selector. And what you can do is either take an existing squad and copy it. So for this one, I could go copy this squad, or I could create a new squad entirely. So I could come down to this one. I'll select this just so you can see. And one of the things you can use is Squad Builder, that will quickly look at your team and see if it can put players in the right position for you. And I'll show you this just for practice. So we use Squad Builder. And let's say we wanted to, I don't know, a 3-1-4-2. Okay, so let's see whether we have such a formation here. So if we look at the formations, so we'll go all the way through these and see whether we have that. We do indeed. So there's a 3-1-4-2. So I can use the squad builder to say, look, I'm not bothered what quality you go. Let's say we want gold. Let's say we want good ones. But I'll say, I don't care about these. I just want the best. I want the best of that formation. And if you've got the players to do this, when we hit build squad, it should go, let me see if I can make you a squad. And check it out, every player is in the right position and it's trying to build the bestest squad it could do with that. Now, anyone with a number down the bottom right hand side is a lone player, so bear in mind if you use those, they're going to wind down in competitive matches. So if I played this squad, Bernardo Silva, he's only got 1 game left and he would go down to 0 and then I wouldn't be able to use him anymore. But that's how formation works in general principle. But from here, you can tailor things even further. So let's say I'm happy with this 3-1-4-2, but I want to see, how players are going to run around and, can I tweak it at all? You can. So on the left-hand side, squad actions, And then what you want to go to is custom tactics. And I've got a full tutorial on this. I'm just going to touch on it slightly just to give you an idea of it. But if you want to see more about that, have a little look at that other tutorial. But custom tactics, in here, you can change things like the width, what sort of style of defense you want to go with. But if you wanted these defenders to be out a little bit wider, you can do that. How far up the pitch you want them to go. You can do the same sort of thing with the attack. So we could say we want the attack a bit wider. We want more players in the box when our players are rushing forward, or whether we want more players in the box for corners, that sort of thing. And on the right hand side, you can change formations depending on what game plan you use. You can have different game plans. Again, I explain that more in the tactics. But more importantly, instructions. So here you can control what your players do. So for example, you may want to say Bernardo Silva. Let's select him and say what we want him to do. Maybe we want him to get forward and join that attack, or maybe we want him to go backwards. But let's say I want him to go forwards, but I want Kimmich to help the defense a bit more. So I'll say cut the passing lanes or balance thing there. And then if I go back in here, move to this one, I could say drop between the defenders to give them a bit of defensive help there. And you can see defensive position, whether I want him to cover the center or the wings. I'll say cover the center. My point here is you can tweak the tactics to suit the formation of whatever players you've got, however you want to do this. If you mess it up, you can also reset all of this as well. So you can just go back. I'll say, do you want to save these changes? I hit B to go back there, circle on the PlayStation, and I'll say no, because I just want to reset it back. But there you go. That's how to change formation in FC24. I hope that was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. Any comments welcome. If you need more help with the game, have a little look at the tutorial playlist that I'll put at the end of this video with loads of different tutorials on FC24. Hopefully they help you out as well. And if you like what I do, have a little look around my channel. I don't just cover FC24, but many other games too. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe, will you? Cheers.